Hi, I'm Karen.
And I'm Pancho.
And welcome to the Columbus Happy Hour Food Tour. Today we're going to review our happy hour at the True Food Kitchen located at Easton, which has various free parking lots. It is a health-conscious restaurant. They offer lots of vegan items. And they advertise themselves as offering creative, fresh items. So let's see if that holds true. What did you think about the ambiance?
Nothing special. It was like a big cafeteria to me.
Yeah, there were certain parts that I liked about it. I liked the green cushions. I thought that they matched the theme. It was very spacious and open. I saw all kinds of seating, and the important thing is we did have a choice. We sat in a half booth, half chair. I'm not a big, huge fan of those, especially if you ended up in the chair, but I didn't end up in the chair. You did.
I did.
So I'm going to give it a B.
Look, I will give it a B minus. It's nothing special. To me, it's ordinary. It's like a big cafeteria. That's what it reminded me of.
Okay, let's talk about the service. Now, I'm actually going to give an A plus for the service, and I'm going to tell you why. My reason is because this is the first time in a really long time that the happy hour menu was not just presented or thrown at us, but it was explained by the host. And
Yes.
like he actually pointed out the happy hour section and talked a little bit about it, and the server was friendly and attentive.
I should start getting their names when they're really good.
I'm going to give him the service altogether an A plus, just because it's been better than some of the places I've been giving A's to.
Yes, way better.
So what's your grade first?
I will give it an A for sure.
Okay, let's talk about the food. For happy hour, True Food Kitchen offers discounted dumplings, hummus, and pizzas. Now, initially, I think you were interested in getting a discounted dumpling because they're not specific, outside of the specials. But then you discovered they only offered one dumpling, which is edamame, and you are not a fan. So
I know. How can you say dumplings, plural, and only have a singular dumpling?
But they do offer different foods based on the season about what's fresh. So maybe at another time they would have a choice. And hummus is out for me because I get stomach aches from the chickpeas. So we decided to each get a pizza, and they're $3 off the regular price. Mm-hmm. And I got the margarita, which I appreciated was a true margarita. It had the toppings were definitely fresh. And I especially loved the basil on it. It was like they weren't skimpy with the basil. So it was like true margarita, cheese, tomato, basil.
That's true. They weren't skimpy. I had pepperoni, and they weren't skimpy on the pepperoni at all.
And we should mention that the size is more of a personal pan pizza. It's definitely not one to share. It's pretty small.
Yeah, it's
and their crusts are, and being health conscious restaurant, their crusts are made of sourdough, which is good for your diabetes.
Yes, and it was good. I liked the dough.
And I enjoyed my pizza, but not enough where I would say I definitely got to go back. It's like so delicious.
It's a one and done for me.
I'm going to be 61 years old here in a few days, and I've had lots of pizzas in my lifetime. And this was a little bit better maybe than your average pizza just because the toppings were fresh.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's talk about your pepperoni. What did you think of your pepperoni?
I think it was tasty. The pepperoni were the small ones. They're not the little tiny crispy ones that you get. They were just your average meaty pepperoni, and there were a lot of them on there. They didn't skimp on that. In just the right amount of cheese, and it was a fresh tasting sauce on it. So to me, it was all right. Nothing special.
Well, what are you going to give a grade for?
Oh, I'll give it a B.
Yeah, I'll give it a B plus. All right, so let's talk about the overall value. We paid $30. But I'm thinking about, the fact that there's just limited choices, the fact that the pizzas were pretty small and they weren't outstanding pizzas.
Yeah,
they were just, B plus pizzas. But I do think that it would be a great option for vegans to try out there if you're a vegan. Because it does seem like it has a lot of vegan options on their menu. I'm going to give the overall value a B minus.
I would say that's fair, noting that it was 2 small pizzas for that price.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's time to talk about Pancho's t-shirt. But before we do that, Vanuatu. We got to invite you to like and subscribe to our feed. Now, we recently went to Vanuatu. It's in the South Pacific. It is an actual group of 80 islands, 65 of which are inhabited. And what do you remember about the Vanuatu that you loved?
Going to Vanuatu, the people were so nice, guys. It was incredible. It was beautiful. The water beautiful. The people beautiful. But I'll never forget hearing reggae beat thumping in the background.
Well, you know what? We went to a couple islands, Mystery Island, which is one of their uninhabited islands. You can just walk around the whole island. And then, of course, we also visited an island where we were able to visit a traditional village, and we met with the warriors, and that I found that really interesting and fun.
Wow.
So I'm going to show pictures of those. All right, folks. Well, thanks so much for joining us. And until another Columbus Happy Hour review, we are going to sign off now. Bye-bye.
Press the button. Bye-bye.